Hello everyone, I'm going to show you guys how to run your very own Bitcoin node and wallet using the Bitcoin Core software. It's very easy to do and it's available on all platforms. So let's get started. I'm going to go to my web browser and I'm going to go to bitcoin.org. And when I'm here, I'm going to go to the resources menu and scroll down to Bitcoin Core. All right. Now you can go ahead and download the link, but you also might want to take a look at the features and requirements. So these are very helpful system requirements just to make sure you have the bare minimums of bare minimums to run the Bitcoin Core software. Now when it says here the recommended is 350 gigabytes of available disk space, this really only pertains to you if you're interested in running a complete full node, which let's assume is 400 gigabytes. Now you can do this with an external disk or a mounted disk, um, or if you have that amount of available space locally, you could do that too. Otherwise, if you don't have that space, let's say you only have 2 gigabytes available, you can do that as well because the Bitcoin Core software allows you to prune your blockchain database size to 2 gigabytes, and you can even set it to 50 gigabytes or 7 gigabytes. And I'll show you guys that later. So let's scroll back up to download Bitcoin Core. I'll download it. I've already downloaded it, so I'm just going to cancel and go to my downloads. All right, and just run the executable and go through the installation prompts. Next, next, install. Should be relatively quick. All right, next. All right, now I will run Bitcoin Core and finish the install. All right, now this is an important prompt. So when you first initialize the Bitcoin Core software, you have the option of using a default data directory, and the path to that is listed in this field here. Or you could use a custom data directory. And so if you're using an external mounting or using an external disk, you could put the path to that disk in here. Or if you have, if you want a full node on your local machine, you could do that too if you have the space available. If you don't have the space available, that's not a big deal either, because we could still prune our node to, let's say, 2 gigabytes. So it's not so whether or not you have a full node space available, we'll go with the default data directory. All right, and when I do that, I'm prompted with the synchronization status of my blockchain node. Now it's still calculating here, so I'm just going to hide this. If you ever want to check on the synchronization status, just go down here where it says how much time is left, and that will show you that prompt again, and I'll just hide it. If you want to disconnect your node, this is kind of like a quick kill switch in the bottom right here. If you click this, you can actually disconnect, and if you click it back again, you'll see it goes back to connecting to peers. All right, now it's going to go ahead and download and sync the entire blockchain, which is, let's say, 400 gigabytes. I personally want a 2 gigabyte per node. So I'm just going to go to settings, options, and say prune block storage to 2 gigabytes. And it says here, reverting this setting requires re-downloading the entire blockchain. That's all right. That's not a big deal for me. I'll just say OK. And that will begin to resynchronize. Now I'm going to create a new wallet. So I'll do the create new wallet. I'm going to select to encrypt my wallet, and I'll just say my wallet for the name. click create. All right, now I have to put in a password. For the password for this demonstration, I'm just going to use the password as password. Hit OK. Warning, if you encrypt your wallet and lose your passphrase, you will lose all of your Bitcoins. How terrible. It's not that bad actually, because we can back up the private keys to our Bitcoin accounts and back up our wallet. So just click yes, hit OK. They'll create a wallet for me. And you'll see here I have an overview of the amount of Bitcoin my wallet has. I have the send tab where I can put someone else's Bitcoin address here and a amount in Bitcoin I want to send them, and then click send. And I also could receive Bitcoin. Now you'll notice here when I go to window, receiving addresses, I actually don't have any receiving addresses, or let's call them Bitcoin accounts. So I need to create some. So I'll do close, and back in this receive tab, I'm going to create my first Bitcoin account here. So the label will be, let's say, primary wallet. And I'll do create new receiving address. When I do that, I'll be prompted with this lovely QR code of my account, the address, and I can copy the address if I want to, and I'll just hit OK. If you want to see that prompt again, just double click on the receiving address and hit OK. All right, now if I go back to window, receiving addresses, you'll see I have that address here now. And I'm just gonna double click or right click and do copy address and close that. Now I want to immediately back up the private key to this account. So what I'm going to do is go to window, console, and now I will do in this bottom field here I could type in some commands. So what I'm going to do is wallet passphrase, except you'll see here when I start typing I get this autocomplete stuff that starts to show. So I'm going to just type wallet, and I'm going to use the arrow keys to go down, go to wallet passphrase and hit spacebar, and I'll type in my passphrase, and then I'll leave this unlocked for 600 seconds. And I'll hit enter. And now I will do dump private key. Use my arrow keys to simply scroll to that command and hit spacebar. And I'll do Control V, since I already copied that address to my clipboard, and hit enter. And that will dump the private key here. So this private key is associated with this address, and your private key is used to sign transactions, and you can use it to recover your Bitcoin address in like any other wallet software. So copy this and keep it in a safe place. For example, I could do a new folder here. Just say my vault. There we go. And let's just create a simple text document here. And I will paste my private key in here. And who's that private key associated with? That's associated with this address, right? So here we go. So there's my address, and here's the private key for the address. I'll just save that. And now I have my address and private key backed up. Just close that. And let's say you're going to create a new account, for example, you're going to do like, if you go back to the Bitcoin Core software, you go to receive, create a new receiving address such as, let's say, Jim's wallet. It'll prompt you the address information. Just hit OK. Now, for this wallet, you're going to want to copy that address and do the same steps here to back up the private key for that address and keep that private key in a safe place. All right. Let's go back to overview. Look at my sync status. All right, it says estimated time left is 26 weeks. It's actually going to speed up, and if you have a fast internet connection, it's actually probably going to take you a few hours just to sync. So it tends to speed up over time. So I'll just hide this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So at this point, congratulations on setting up your own Bitcoin Core node and wallet. If you found this video helpful, please do give a like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I would appreciate any feedback in the comment section. Also, this channel is available on Rumble, so please do sign up to Rumble and subscribe there. Anyways, have a good day and go crypto.